Good evening and welcome to the 5th episode of Thursday Table. Today we have with us Major Gurdeep Singh Samra, who was commissioned in the 11th Battalion, the Dogra Regiment on 29th April 1973. Major Samra served in Nagaland during the insurgency, Arunachal Pradesh facing Chinese, and in Kashmir as well as on the LOC. He has done tough courses like Commando, Desert Warfare and Counterinsurgency, and Jungle Warfare. Major Samra feels that Indian soldiers are well trained and committed to keep the territorial integrity of the nation safe. The soldiers may be from any religion, but the true religion as per Indian Army ethos is nationalism. Major Samra left the army in 1995 to pursue other avenues. He's an accidental writer and has published a book, The Memoirs of a Spiritual Leader. On behalf of all of us at HIE, we welcome you, sir.
Hi, children, do you know which is the biggest asset of any nation? What is the most valuable wealth of any nation? It is not the diamonds, it is not gold, it is the human resources, the humans. And which is the future of any country? Young children like you. The children are future of India, and children make tomorrow's the top honchos of different industry. They may make good politicians, and all things they can create. I feel there is a toxicity in our society. As a soldier, I feel it because my religion is nationalism. For me, religion is a private affair. It has got nothing to do with this thing. I do not subscribe to the idea of religion as a benchmark of any society. Religion is a private affair, and rest of the things are primary, more important. I'd like to give a brief introduction about my childhood. My childhood friends were, I don't see them with color, I don't see them with their religion, I don't even see their caste. My closest friend as a child I had was Chandan Khan and Mallan Khan. Mallan Khan was my age, Chandan Khan was 2 years senior to us in age. And Balwinder Singh, a Dalit boy. I think you will laugh on me when I say it. We had one servant who was a Dalit, and he used to touch me and my mother used to yell, because those days untouchability was very, very active thing. And as a baby, as a child, I used to feel that he's touching me. Why is current coming into my mother? Why the current is coming to my mother? And when I used to be away from my mother, I used to go and climb on the shoulders of this particular servant. And when I was in 3rd standard, Balwinder, a Dalit, my class fellow, he brought food from home. He had gone outside. I ate his food. I said, there's no current coming. I'm still normal. Why is untouchability such a curse for the society? And from then on, I started hating our caste system of this nature, which has made us, we compartmentalize the society, which is not correct. We are humans. And then first ever thought as a writer I wrote was, your contribution in your looks and beauty is nothing because it is biological, but the inner character which you create is yours. Your beauty may fade away, the good looks may fade away, but your inner character may shine further. This is how I view society. When I see toxicity today in the society, I feel very sad. I will not name who's being toxic or not, because after politics is everybody's game. It is not one person's game. I feel why only bad kings are brought into the fore. Why only bad kings, whether it was some Hindu king or Sikh king or Muslim king like Babur, Aurangzeb, Why not Akbar? Where is Bahadur Shah Jafar? Why saints like Kabir? Why Faridji? They are not discussed. Their dohas we read, all Hindus and Sikhs we read every day. They were acceptable to everybody. Why only we are selective about particular things so that we spread venom in the society? You know, it is like peeling your own wounds today, the old wounds today, and feeling the pain. They peel the wounds of our old elders who died. Maybe they suffered. That was those times. I don't have to carry the baggage of history. History is for me to learn. History is not for me to peel the wounds. They peel our wounds and they make our today bleed, which is wrong. Children must keep away from any venom. Anybody teaching you venom, whether he is a Granthi from Sikhism, whether he's a Mullah from Muslim, whether he's a Hindu preacher, moment he teaches venom, keep away from that, because children are also not supposed to carry venom. In the classroom, we are all same. This is how I feel. Now then, why my views are like this? Because soldiers are the only people, those who traverse whole India. Moment you enter a cantonment complex, your religion is left outside. We have Sarv Dharm Sthal, where there is a Gurdwara, there is a mosque next to it, there is a church next to it, and there is a mandir next to it. And when we hold these functions, Maulvi, Granthi, pastor, and the Panditji, they all sit down and have tea together. That is Indian Army. We travel, complete nation we have traveled. Now, what do I call this particular country? I call it, for me, an idea called India is the best on earth, beauty of our diversity. To know India, one must really visit it from north to south. One advisory, leave behind your religion prejudices, then you travel. East to north, west to, then you realize the beauty of this nation, her diversity. Dialect changes 50 miles. Language changes 200 miles. Color features so different. Some have dark skin, some have fair skin, some have sharp features, some have Mongolians. Yet, culturally so diverse, you will find a Hindu praying to and offering water to sun god, and Sikh doing seva in Gurdwara, Christians going to his church on Sunday morning, Jain doing his puja, Buddhism spinning his shloka laden wheels, Muslim going for nawaz in a soothing voice. This is what I feel. I'm a writer by accident, but I'm a cyclist by passion. I every day cycle 25 to 26 kilometers. I did 50,000 kilometers in 4 years, recorded in Excel format, which I can send you. And when I go out early in the morning, I find whatever is being played on different religious places, I enjoy everything. I feel so comfortable doing that. Now, if Lord Mahambira had his logic that we should not hurt even an ant, Guru Gobind Singh had his logic. When you can't get justice, pick up this sword. Those are their logics. But when we soldiers serve everywhere, we find it is such a fine bucket of flowers arrangements, India. Our nation is perhaps most diverse in everything so nicely arranged that one really feels happy to see the different shades of people, religions, language, dialects, weather of every kind. Some of us may not see the whole country, yet we are together. Together, why? Because our constitution has woven us around. Let's respect that constitution. There's nothing common between Nagas and Punjabis. I'll go to a real story to you now. I was in Nagaland from 1975, and at Kifre, a farthest place, there I found a Sikh running his, that is wood ara, that is a sawmill. I asked him, Son Singh, what are you doing here? He says, Sahab, I came here 10 years back. No, he doesn't know Nagami language. Nagas don't know Punjabi. I am very sure he must have taught them Punjabi, and he was very comfortable there. Look at him in complete insurgency. He was there because the people loved him, and he was very happy with this thing. This country, the East, is yet to be explored, but have everything. We may be having problems in Kashmir. That is okay because it is bordering with Pakistan, our enemy nation. But we have most peaceful Uttarakhand also. Why only we talk about Kashmir all the time? Let's talk about peace. Goa, Uttarakhand, there are so many other places. Kerala is fine. Everything is so good. Arunachal Pradesh is very good. I have even traveled to Bhutan. Bhutanese also like us. There is no problem at all. We have diverse cuisine. We have different foods. I don't think I have traveled to USA and UK. I don't think such diversity you'll find anywhere. Nowhere you'll find so many languages. Maximum a European country may have 2 or 3 languages. America may be having 2 or 3 languages. We have so many languages, different dialects. This is the beauty of India. I was really amazed. What is wrong with us? We don't have discipline. How do you inculcate discipline? Discipline comes from schools. Discipline comes from home. Discipline comes from inner feeling. I was in America riding a cycle, and they have cycle lanes. No vehicle owner can put his tire into the cycle lane. So I was about to turn, and when the car came and halted there, I told him, "You go first, sir." He said, "No, man, you go first." I said, "Sir, why do you say that?" He says, "You are riding this cycle with your own legs, and I am riding this fossil fuel machine monster. You deserve more because you are doing for the environment." Look at his logic. My eyes welled up. This is how this discipline is inculcated in a society. Here we feel a cyclist, why the hell is cyclist on the road? Because everybody wants to, we are in a tearing hurry because of no discipline. Discipline, how will we road discipline? If a policeman does not take some money to let go the person who's committing a mistake. Because he doesn't understand his one mistake may become a habit of that person, and the habit may kill somebody. That's why we have so many road accidents. Discipline of everybody, it is very, very important. Our government servants are very indisciplined. Why they are undisciplined? Because I don't know, possibly they look for greed and everything. Most secure in this country are government servants. Yet they are so money hungry. This I don't like. I feel very sad because in a country where 30 crore people can barely make a living, why should somebody be corrupt? Whose present is secure, whose future is secure, who has a secure job, which he will not be easily fired. Why should he be corrupt? This is my question. Governing is not very simple. I don't blame any prime minister, this prime minister, that prime minister. It is a balancing act between the resources and the needs. We are an overpopulated 130, 35 crore, maybe 40, we don't know the exact number, people packed up like sardines in few thousand miles. America is many times bigger, but they have 1/4 of our population. Now, what is the problem? How I can help? I wrote to the Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. I said, I have a recipe for you to control our defense budget, pension budget especially. The system is very, very simple. We cannot have every person of the nation serving in the Indian Army because we don't have the wherewithal to train so many, because we are so many. So least we can do is train all our government servants for 4 to 5 years. First, in the army, be it policemen, CRP, BS, state police people, clerks, drivers, so that they serve for 5 years, they realize the value of discipline, they know the problem of security, and then they come back on their job which they have been selected for. And they get salary throughout this particular period. This will reduce our pension budget because once they get out, they are on a contributory pension system, not a pension system which the army gets, because army can't have a contributory pension system, otherwise you will not find soldiers to fight this. Same way, IPS officers, possibly even administration, or IAS officers, they should be made to serve at least 1 year before they come to your district. This will improve our system. Territorial integrity. Securing the territorial integrity should not be only the job of the soldiers. It should be of everybody. When we follow the system which I have suggested, it will make our society more disciplined, more understanding the nitty-gritty of problems. And tomorrow, should there be an emergency, we'll have a pool of trained soldiers who can be put in place should the nation need them. Army has to be kept young, because you can't have aged soldiers, because you have to climb mountains, you have to traverse deserts, you have to marshy places. For that, you need young soldiers. So this way, the soldiers will remain young, because at least 50% soldiers will be these 5 years people, those who are serving there. 50% can be normal, who can continue, and then they can come out. Government jobs in India are very, very attractive because of security. So they can be made to dance to this tune, that before you going to come and work in the municipality, go and serve on the border. Why not? You will be, children, you will be amazed to know, now you can join NDA, even the girls can join NDA. Government has opened it. I think all other armies, major armies have women power in them. If our women can get us more medals in Olympics, they might as well work even in our defense forces. May not be in close combat, but other places, there are so many wings of the Indian Army where they can work, like on the airports where there are aircrafts are, on naval bases they can be, big headquarters which are not fighting directly. All these places the women can be. And I have seen one thing, this is my personal opinion. Ladies are no less than anybody if they are given equal opportunity. The problem is male domination unnecessarily keeps them that this is not meant for women. I think we are wrong on this. We must shed this, because if Israel army can have it, if American army have, British army has, why not us? That's more important. In the end, I have only few things to say about life. There are 3 teachers in life. First is parents, mostly mother. Second is teachers, because they shape you. Whatever I am, Nand Kishore and Professor Maan shaped me. I was born in a very marginal farmer's home. We were 4 brothers. He had only 7 acres. My father had 7 acres land. And our middle school was 2 kilometers away from home. I used to paddle there, but before going there, my mother used to milk the buffaloes. I used to take milk, leave at Sharma Sweets in Sangrur, then proceed to school, pick up on return the milk pot and bring it home and go to farm for doing the rest of the things on farm to help my father. This I did right up to college till I became an officer in the Indian Army. Small step, baby steps become giant steps. You start from small step, then you become or go on to a big step. Now, I was also an educationist. I left the army, started manufacturing garments. Exported garments, but it didn't work out to my liking. And one day, I shut it. Then I thought, what is my most powerful thing? I thought it's my brain, and it's my communication skill, possibly my writing skill. I should do something which is concerning me as a personality. I opened a computer center. In computer center, I took oath that I will not teach a student who is not ready to learn. 97 is the year I remember precisely. A boy came. That time all these earrings for the boys had just started. Now everybody's wearing them. So I was a little amazed to see that boy. I asked him, what you want to do? In chaste Punjabi, he tells me, sir, I want to do computer computer. I said, computer I can teach him. What is computer? This really made me laugh at him. I said, how's your English? He says, it's very poor. How's your math? He says, I never studied math. Maka son, you better don't do it because you can't understand English. Your math is poor. You can't become a programmer. You do something else. My teachers got angry with me. Okay, sir, why have you? He was depositing the fees. Maka, what I will tell Guru Nanak Dev Ji sitting behind me. I have taken an oath. Children, will you believe it? After 1 year, I had 272 students because the word spread without advertisement that here is a man who teaches at half the cost of NIT and 𝘄𝗶𝘁 and other centers, but he teaches. One day, after 4 months of my opening the center, I found children playing games on the computer. I asked the teacher to remove all the games. Teachers also didn't like it. He said, sir, बच्चे खेलते हैं. Children play. I said, no, they have come here to study. They have not come here to play because their parents have not sent them to a place. It is a computer center. After 4 years, my boss gave me all 72 centers he had under right up to Bihar to control. Because this was the discipline I inculcated. I went to UK. My student, he showed me half London because he was looking after half Europe. I go to any government office, they come and touch my feet, sir, you taught me, you taught us. I went to America, my students are sitting there. It is basically how you contribute to the society. I'm not bragging now what I'm going to talk now. Please, I'm just saying because it is going with the flow. We had a servant, she had a daughter. We educated her right up to BA, BEd. I helped her polish her English. In BA, BEd, I helped her to prepare her assignments. She scored 77%. A poor servant's daughter, she is now MA, BEd. This is, I feel, rather than giving to religious places, try and change 1 or 2 lives. Provide education. Education is the only thing which will open the floodgates for you. My request to all children who are hearing me, you can ask me any questions I will answer. Shed hate for anybody. Don't read anything which is controversial. There's so much to read. I spend most of the time reading or writing or cycling. This is what I do. Kindly don't. India needs good children, good future, and good future is in the institutions like you. Make it possible. God bless you all. God bless you all.
Thank you. So students, if you have any questions, sir, if students are having any questions, we'll ask them.
I will definitely love to answer, Bitya. I will.
Anybody, if you have any questions, please, you can raise your hand so that we can unmute you. You can even, text us so that we can ask a question to sir.
They can even get on the Facebook, find Major Gurdeep Singh Samra. I have at least 8 lakh people reading what I write every day.
Great, sir.
And for me, every child, daughter is, every girl is a bitia, every child is son.
Sir, there's a question in the chat box asking like, how did you enter into this military? Like, what is the way that you choose? Like, what was the opportunity?
In the military? Hello?
We can hear you, sir. We can hear you.
No, military?
Yes, sir. Military.
Military, I went for short service commission and I cleared SSB. And at that time it was basically a small written exam and then after that SSB. Now you can do UPSC. It is UPSC. You can do, graduates can do UPSC. Otherwise they should get into NDA. It's very good. National Defense Academy, 𝗙𝗶𝘁, Pune. There's so much, you know, army makes you different. You know why it makes, not that because as a soldier I'm saying, because we are taught on a different platform. We are taught on a very different platform because no inhibitions, you are disciplined in everything. Everything is in the army. You go to any cantonment, you'll find everything organized. That is the only place which is most organized. And it is a pleasure to serve in the army. It's a pride place in your life.
So thank you, sir. And any more questions, students, you can ask.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, beta.
Sir, as you were in army, so most of us are very interested to go into serve our India through army and all. So can you share some of your experience with us?
Experiences, I'll tell you now. I'll share 2 experiences with you. Both were chilling. One was really very chilling. We were in Nagaland in the thick of insurgency, and Chinese had really trained Nagas, and this used to send trained Nagas here to fight us. One night, because I have this habit to read. I used to read till about 1 o'clock in the night, because one mule used to carry my books when I used to go to the picket. You know what is a picket, beta? Picket is your headquarters is, say, 8 hours walking distance. I'm talking about walking distance. There were no roads there. You walk, you reach your picket. You are only one officer, maybe another officer with you. And there are 30 or 40 or sometimes 60, 70, depending on the size of the picket, men there. So my buddy, that is the soldier who helps me, he didn't put enough water because I used to drink a lot of water. So I shouted for the security fellow who was on duty at that night. I said, "Sentry," nobody spoke. Again, I said, "Sentry," nobody spoke. It was 12 in the night, I think, 12 or 12:30. I got out, shouted, only one sentry on the gates said, "Ji Saab." That means 2 sentries were sleeping. I literally lost my nerve. I said, had the Nagas come today, they could have butchered us all. I asked him, blow the whistle. He blew the whistle. So everybody comes on stand to, means everybody gets into the trenches to fight. It was raining. There were knee-deep water in the trenches. I made them stand. I stood with them till 4:30 in the morning when sunlight came. Then I inquired, who all slept? Then I don't believe in giving them punishment which can hurt their families. I gave them physical punishment. Made them wear their big pack, which is 35 kgs, and made them run 7 days, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, 7 days in that mountain area, you run there. And then I lectured them. I said, due to the foolishness of 2 people, 30, 40 people would have been killed and it would have become a national news. We are not here to make such national news. We are here to fight it. And after that, moment I used to say at night, "Sentry, whole picket used to say, "Ji Saab," because nobody slept. This is how you discipline people. Second thing is, I was on a picket in Kashmir, Gulmarg sector. The picket has, it is a very funny place. Picket has 7 meters difference. That says 7 meters are Pakistani, this side we are. And the biggest problem was, it is a very, very heavy snowbound area. So we had no place to stock our mitti ka tel for our Bukharis and to keep us warm. I said, I want to make a bunker here in which we can keep the drums so that nobody can. So moment we started bringing the CGI sheets, the Pakistani said, we are going to fire. I said, call your officers. Their officer didn't come. Then I went unarmed into the middle place. You will be very surprised to learn what I'm going to speak now. On Diwali, we used to give them sweets. On Eid, they used to give us sweets and we used to eat it. That is the trust of a soldier in another soldier during peace. So I told their Subedar, I kept my guards ready. I went unarmed, he came unarmed. He was a Punjabi. I said, what are you doing? He says, sir, what are you doing? We had war in 71. It is 81. 10 years we haven't had war. But our war every year is with weather. I am not going to let my soldiers die buried under snow. You can fire. I will make sure that none of you survives. I started turning back. He said, Major Saab rukiye. मैं बताइए कहते साहब एक काम कर लो इसको बना लेना but don't report it that you have created something. मैं क्यों? What difference will it make? He says if my army comes to know that you have allowed to make it, they will skin me. Okay, that is also soldier's promise. I will not report in the papers. My commanding officer came back. He said, Gurdeep, why are you taking panga? I said, if I can't look after the men I command, because the men who are going to, if tomorrow I'm hit by a bullet, my men are going to look after me. There's no use my being here. Till I was there for 1.5 years, Pakistan didn't raise their head. These are the issues. This is how you control things. Self-discipline and then discipline the force. That's very. Discipline has to start from me. Now, webinar was to start at 5 o'clock. I was on at 4:45 so that I am not caught unaware. Where were you? Discipline. Better discipline is everything. If we are a disciplined society, we would have, okay. Now, one more thing. Most of you may not be knowing, top world companies in America, Indians are controlling. Satya Nadella. You see where he is, what he is doing. Then who is running Google? Indian. You go to Valley, that is San Francisco, my daughter is there, my son-in-law is working with Facebook now. You go to, then you realize that we have brains, we have everything. Only thing is we don't have good governance. Nobody wants kharat phone, nobody wants free rations. Everybody wants work and equal distribution of resources. Why 4 people, 2-3 people? One is HP, second is Infosys, third is Wipro. Just count, and 4th is TCS. How many people they employ and how much wealth they generate. Oh, they're all from South. You see, you have opportunities and catch them. Only thing is, if we have a level playing field in the country, our politics is clean, our Babudom is clean, we'll be on top of the world. Yeah, did I answer you? Hello?
Did your question got answered?
Huh.
Yeah. There is another question, sir, in the chat box.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. How did you imagine military life before you joined?
I knew one thing. It is not a bed of roses. Military life is not a bed of roses. It is tough. It is very, very tough. But, you know, tough makes you diamond रगड़ने से ही बनता है. More you polish the diamond, more it shines. It is tough. But I was basically, you know, my class fellows, we are postmates, we are in touch with it. They used to call me Para Singh because I used to carry their weapon also on my back.
Sir, I think there are questions are still, you know, coming from children, but I think you will ask one or two questions more.
And I can keep answering, no problem. And secondly, they can mail me, they can email me. I love children. I will reply everybody.
Yeah, I'll email all the questions and get answers from you, sir.
I'll do that. I'll do that with you. I'll do that.
There is another question, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
I can see something on your cap. Can you just show us what is that?
This is my unit's 50 years. In the army, we are so touchy about our golden jubilee. This is a golden jubilee cap presented to me by my unit.
So can you show it clearly? It's not seen actually.
Are they seeing it now?
No, sir. Little back. It back. Yes. Yes, we can. Yes. Very nice, sir.
This is you know, in the golden jubilee. Now tomorrow your institution will be golden jubilee after 50 years, if it has already completed. You know, in our case, all golden jubilees means it is always red because somebody has lost his life. To keep the unit going, I went to my unit because I had 86 books lying with me, which I feel they are not good use to me because I will not be reading them time and again. I presented to my unit library 86 books, which has such like Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth, I Am Lala, this kind of books which we read. It is basically 𝗙𝗵𝘁. But my daughter used to get books as a present because I got her on this habit to read, and she used to only ask, Papa, mere ko books le de. Studied in a village school, no English, and it was a Desi village school, and I have learned everything myself with my hard work.
Great. Yeah. There is another question, sir. I think this will be the last one. Sir, how long does you serve in an army? Like anybody in the army, how long does they serve?
No, it depends because generally one serves up to 54 years. I left early because I thought, now I'll tell you one more thing. You know why I left? I was commissioned in 72, I went to OTS, 73 Chandimandir, 74 Binaguri, 75 Nagaland. Then from there I did 2 courses. 77 I went to from there to Dehradun, 77 to Kota, same year. From there 79 I went to Hyderabad, 81 again Kota, 81 Gulmarg, 82 Bikaner, 85 Shahjahanpur, 87 Jang, 88 Palampur, 90 Dehradun, 92 Chandigarh, 93 Jalandhar, 94 Firozpur, 95. Imagine my daughter changed 9 schools by the time she reached 6th standard. She said, Papa, मैं तो notes बनाने की expert हो गई हूँ. School changes, uniform changes, everything changes. I thought I must make something myself also now. Let me do something else. That's what that's long. I served for 22.5 years. Then I left.
Please, sir. Sir, like we have few more questions. I'll mail you, sir. And
yeah, please, Peter. I have as many, no problem. They're my children.
And we are really very proud to, to see you here this week, sir. Thank you for your courage in fighting for us, and thank you for your service too. And I take this opportunity and pray God to bless and protect all our, active military and veteran too. Yeah. Every one of us are so proud of your service, sir, and we really admire you, and we remember all the words said by you about discipline. We'll definitely make sure that our students and we will follow them.
Should they want to know how they want to join, I'll help them to find the right way. Any child who wants any guidance to go to the army, my own unit officer is running an academy for selection. I will guide them to him, and I'll make sure that he guides them properly. anything, because today's a soldier is tomorrow's veteran. So let the new soldiers come in.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. If any of our students need help, definitely will tell them like they can approach you.
Yeah, no problem with that. No problem. I keep doing it. I keep doing it. I love it.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this week for this webinar, and it was beautiful to meet you, sir. Thank you so much.
God bless you, beta. God bless you. Goodbye, everybody. May God bless you. May God bless you.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir. We'll meet next week with another session with an eminent speaker. Thank you, Anand.
Okay, beta. Okay, beta. Thank you. Bye, beta. Bye, beta.